To kick off this video today, guys, I want to ask for your help. Bellator lightweight Cris Lencioni suffered a heart attack earlier this month. While Cris was training jiu-jitsu, he collapsed and went into cardiac arrest. Cris's wife spoke to MMAfighting.com and gave an update on his health. She said that an MRI revealed Cris suffered brain damage as a result of the heart attack. Cris was released from the ICU this past Friday in a state of disordered consciousness. Cris's wife is asking the MMA community for help. After just 3 weeks in the hospital, Cris's medical bills are well over $300,000. A GoFundMe has been created to help Cris and his family. Please take the time to click the link in the description and donate whatever you can.
You get a kiss on the cheek? Okay, I'm gonna turn and have you look at Marka first, okay? Let's find her. Where's she at? Where's she at? I know it's hard. Right here. I got it. If she's gonna come for those lips, you figure out how to pucker them up. Whenever you're ready. You can go ahead and kiss them. Good job, Cris. You're working hard. Yeah, there's a smile. Good job.
Daniel Cormier does not believe Jon Jones deserves to win the 2023 ESPY award for Best MMA Fighter. DC says Islam Makhachev, Amanda Nunes, and Leon Edwards deserve it more. On the DC and RC show, DC said, "I just don't know if one fight in a year against Ciryl Gane puts you in that position. And that's no knock on Ciryl, it was just one fight. You gotta think of the storylines that follow these other athletes. From Makhachev beating Du Bronx to win the belt, from Makhachev beating Alexander Volkanovski. Then you look at Amanda losing her belt to Juliana Pena and winning it back. Then Leon Edwards doing what he did. Jon Jones is there because Jon Jones is the biggest star. He's the biggest star, and that's why he's holding a championship right now outside of Israel Adesanya. That's why he's in there. What's crazy about it, he might win it because of him being the biggest star of the people in there. I think Jones needed one more performance to find himself in the running for an ESPY. The storyline just doesn't add up. I agree with that. Jon Jones, best comeback athlete, yes. I'm all in on that. 3 years away, comes back and becomes the heavyweight champion of the world. Absolutely, yes. Like the vast majority of the MMA community, it seems, Matt Brown is also not a fan of this whole Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg fiasco. Matt says it's a PR scandal. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Matt said they're not going to f***ing fight. These motherfuckers ain't going to fight. What are you talking about? Everybody talks that shit. We're talking about them right now. Twitter's talking about them. Everybody's forgetting all about the fucking garbage bullshit that they've done in their lives. I don't know what they've done, but I know they've got a lot of haters. Like Elon says, why don't you quit talking shit about me buying Twitter? Because I'm going to go cage fight. And everybody is like, okay, no problem, bro. That's how these motherfuckers operate. It's a PR fucking scandal. I'm asking the MMA community to be more intelligent than this. Can we see through this? If they do fight, yes, I'll fucking watch it. You'll watch it. We'll all watch it, and you know we're going to vomit when we watch it. Like, what the f did I just watch? Why did I stay up until f***ing midnight watching this? We're going to hate ourselves for it. When we watched CM Punk lose to Mike Jackson, it was one thing to lose to Mickey Gall, but we didn't really know much about him before. But come to find out, he's a legit f***ing fighter. He's a really good fighter. I've trained with him since. We're good fights. He's a really, really good fighter. But Mike Jackson, CM Punk loses to Mike Jackson. Did anybody walk away from that going, I'm glad I watched that? Now imagine two guys that are not even good as CM Punk. Like CM Punk would probably beat both of them. I don't get the interest in seeing these guys fight. With these guys, it's literally just a gimmick fight. It's only that. There's no upside of either of these guys as fighters beyond that. That's where, to me, it diminishes the UFC brand a little bit, because it's like, if we do it now, are we going to keep doing it? Do you keep doing it again and again and again? All those guys you mentioned again, they were sort of gimmicky fights, but I don't see those as pure gimmick fights because they were fighting real fighters on the other side. And they did have a chance. What I don't want to hear from these people is, oh, I respect anybody who walks in that cage. That is a terrible thing to say, because I've met some of the stupidest motherfuckers that have ever stepped foot in that cage that were not ready to step foot in a cage. I was one of them, as a matter of fact. I was that guy when I first started. My first fight. I was out of my mind and I never trained a day in my life. I was that stupid motherfucker. Fortunately, it worked out for me. For 99.9%, it's not working out, so don't tell me you respect anybody who walks in a cage. When people say that, it drives me up the f***ing wall. On the new season of The Ultimate Fighter, Michael Chandler is undefeated at 5-0 against Conor McGregor. Chandler took the opportunity to taunt McGregor on Twitter. He started with this. He wrote hashtag Team Chandler is 5-0. That's all. Come back if you want. We are all waiting for quote-unquote the greatest comeback in combat sports history. He followed up with this photo of Conor shoving him. He wrote, I can't wait for next week of Tough 31. Chandler also took to Instagram to troll Conor. He posted this. He wrote 5-0. He followed up with this clip of Conor. He wrote cool story. Chandler ended it off with this. He wrote me and DC breakdown tough 31. Conor wants quote unquote tree rounds. Henry Cejudo versus Chito Vera was announced last week. The two were scheduled to fight at UFC 292 on August 19th. Jon McCarthy on the Weighing In podcast explains why this is a tailor-made matchup for Henry.
You were saying before, though, you think that this is a tailor-made fight for Henry.
I do. I really do. And Chito's very good on the feet, and he's very good on the ground, and he's slick everywhere. If he was going to have one element that you look and you say, what's his weakest element? It's his wrestling. Now, I'm not saying that he couldn't submit Henry. Obviously, anything could happen. I don't see it happen. Henry's been with people that are very slick on the ground. He's got great submission defense. Henry's going to use his stand-up for a little while and take Chito down and just try to work him on the ground. And I think Chito's going to have a very hard time getting himself up from Henry. It's a different style. It's a different base. It's a different type of grappling art that he's used to. And if there's one that it's the weakest form of his game, it would be that wrestling aspect and being able to scramble like Henry. This is a good fight for Henry. It's a good matchup for Henry, especially off of having that one fight back that he had with Sterling. This to me is a good fight for him.
You said tailor-made for, Henry. This is like a tailor-made fight for Henry. I'm going to look at it a little differently. I think there's going to be, sure, he can take him down, but there's some threats on that bottom game that Henry's hasn't had to deal with before, with the elbows from the bottom, the different types of submissions and setting it up. Chito's very nasty, like very grimy, just fighter. A lot of up kicks got to be careful for. It's not like Henry's a tall guy, so Chito doesn't have to really lift his hips too much, kick him in the head. Those kind of things, like, they make a difference. And so I think Henry, as long as he's focused, which I think he is now, understanding that he was right there, could have potentially won the title, didn't get it done, long layoff, all of those things. I mean, that long layoff, John, it just really kind of affected. He was doing so well before he decided to kind of retire.
Khamzat Chimaev had to walk away from an interview. A reporter questioned Khamzat's relationship with the head of the Chechen Republic, and Khamzat was not having it.
Hur ser du på dem?
Jag är en idrottare.
Okej. Och du har fått kritik för att du har... Vill du avbryta intervjun?
Vadå?
Vill du avbryta intervjun?
Tack så mycket för intervjun.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to the footage of Alex Bejeda surprising Glover Teixeira with a brand new motorcycle. The first one's from Zach H. says, I love seeing Alex express his gratitude for everything Glover has done for him. Glover's reaction heartwarming. Please share more content like this. The second one's from Punjabi Piccolo. Says the friendship between Alex and Glover is so wholesome, man. Both came from the trenches and made it. And the final one's from A1B2. Says 2 guys known for not smiling couldn't stop smiling. Wholesome duo. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.